Hey guys, so this week I read Ultraviolet by R.J. Anderson and I absolutely love it. Words can't describe how much I love this book. This book is absolutely genius. I've never seen a more geniusly written book since Terry Pratchett. It's incredible because the story follows Alison, who's been stuck in a psychiatric unit because people think she's crazy, because she swears blind she saw the most popular girl in the school disintegrate. And obviously nobody believes that, but people believe she actually killed the girl instead. And the book follows Alison's journey as she tries to figure out if she's actually insane or if she's actually sane and what she saw was real, and discovering exactly what happened to Tori, the most popular girl who she saw disintegrate. And it's really well written, and it's all the way through. It's so well done, and it included a really cool plot point that I hadn't really thought of before, because Alison has synesthesia. Alison sees numbers as colours and letters as colours, and words and letters and numbers have certain feelings for them, or she associates colours and words and tastes and feelings and stuff with numbers and all the rest of it. So every time she reads one or hears a number or whatever, in her head it's translated as feelings and tastes and stuff like this. So for example, when she hears a lie, she can tell it's a lie because it tastes a certain way in her mouth, essentially. And it's a really cool, real, actual condition that's out there, which is really quite, it's a fascinating thing. I've never read a book about that kind of thing, and this book, it's a huge part of the book. It's a major plot point in it, and it's used quite a lot. And the entire time Alison's talking, she'll describe people's voices and the things she's reading and seeing through her synesthesia, because that's all she knows. And it's so well done and so beautifully done that you're right along with Alison, and you can actually almost taste it and see and all the rest of it, whatever she's seeing and tasting and everything as she's going along. And it's so cleverly done, and absolutely fascinating the entire way through. And that's without the plot going along with it as well. The plot was amazing, trying to find out the mysteries of it all and trying to figure out exactly what was going on and everything else. It was really quite a fun read to sort of try and unravel what Alison was going through and exactly what happened that fateful night, and trying to find out who's lying and who's not and what exactly is going on. And it was a really good read, and actually I find it was a really good representation of people in the mental health services as well, because most of this does take place in a psychiatric ward, and there's a lot of different characters in there who personally I feel are really well represented and described as well. I haven't suffered from any of the things that the people in this ward have, but I felt like it was a really good explanation to it that seemed dark and scary like some people feel like it is, but it sort of humanised the characters at the same time, and you felt humanised listening to what they'd gone through and things like this and why they were acting like they were. It was quite a humanising experience and quite educational, I'd say, as well, which was a really nice touch as well. And the one thing I really have to talk about is the fact that there's a love story in it, but the love story didn't bother me. Because you know the other week I was talking about books with love stories in that really bug me because it completely takes over everything? This book has a love story in it, and they didn't do that. Hallelujah! What this author did instead was have a love story as the undercurrent going through it, and it's the reason why she trusts the character. But she still has moments where she doesn't trust him, and she doesn't spend all of the time thinking about him. She's still thinking about what happened to Tori and everything else that's going on around her. And it was such a refreshing, it was so refreshing to see that. It was unbelievable. I was so, I read that, in the front cover, there's actually a bit saying romance on one of these reviews, and I was like, oh, here we go, and started getting put off from this book. But then once I got into it, and I actually found out that the love story wasn't going to be this huge, great, big plot point that was going to take over everything, I really enjoyed myself. And if you're like me, and you don't like love stories or anything like that, then this is definitely a perfect one for you, because while there is a love story, it's not really that. It's central to the plot, but it's not taking over the entire thing, which is exactly what I want from a book that has a love story in it. It was genius. And if you really like sort of books about mental health and stuff like that, this is definitely a good one. And if you have synesthesia or anything like that, please tell me down in the comments, because I'd love to know more about it. If you wouldn't mind telling me some stuff down in the comments if you've got it. But also, if you've got synesthesia, this may be a really good book for you to read, so you can sort of see how Alison experiences things and see how it compares to your own experiences. And if you just want to know more about the condition, this is a really good sort of book to read that's not really medical or really sort of blunt facts, which is awesome. I absolutely loved it, and I would say it's just genuinely a really good book, and if you ever get the chance to read it, I'd say definitely do it, because it's just awesome. I can't stop raving about it. I love it. I read this in 5 hours in the noisiest canteen at uni ever. I literally just sat there and went straight through it in one go. It was incredible. I love it. Honestly, if you get the chance to read this book, you have to read it. I can't stop raving about it enough. I love it. So read it if you ever get the chance. Seriously, read it. If you agree with me and you've read the book, please do tell me down in the comments and what you thought of it. Or if you have any similar books that you think I should read about the same sort of subject, please tell me those down in the comments. If you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my book reviews, please click here. And if you want to see the video that I was talking about, where I talk about love stories and books and stuff, you should click here as well, because that's where that video will be. But until next time, guys,